Welcome guys. Today we are going to deploy a Windows web server, the IIS server that is popularly known as, using the Amazon Web Services EC2 service. What is the EC2 service? EC2 service stands for Elastic Compute Cloud, launched in 2006. This service is used for deploying your servers. Okay, if you want servers capacity, then you are going to default to EC2. So let's go ahead and configure your EC2 service. So let's go click on services, click on compute, and then click on EC2. So it is going to open the beautiful dashboard of EC2. Okay. So click on launch instance. So why we call it as launch instance? Because the servers in your AWS clouds are called as instances. So we are going to click on launch instance, click on launch instance, and here it opens the configuration panel. So here it is expecting a name. So let's enter a name for the web server. So I'll call it Windows IIS server. So I'll just correct the spelling. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So it is just a name. So you can give any name that you want. So right now we are going for Windows IIS server. Now we are selecting the Amazon machine image. So what is an Amazon machine image? So it is kind of an operating system. For now, we can consider it in the layman terms. So that will be Windows. So we are going to go for Windows, and here we are going to select the version. So right now we are interested in the Windows Server 2022 base edition. However, there are multiple versions that we can select from. Okay, so it is up to you that how you want to select for. I want to go for 2022 base edition. Now we have instance type. What is an instance type? Basically, if you want to select your virtual hardware, then you're going to select your instance type. Right now, by default, T2.micro is selected. Why? Because it is in the free tier eligible. Okay. However, you can select any other instance type also. T2.small, T2.large, T2.x, T3, T2.x large, and many more from choose from. Okay. So that will be T2.micro. Key pair. So security is a very important factor for you. Passwords are really complicated nowadays, so everyone likes to keep a complicated password. So Amazon, okay, so we can create a password using the key pair. So click on create new key pair, give the key pair name. So you just give any name that you want. Automatically the password is going to get generated for you, so you don't need to worry about it. So you can give any name. So I'll call it Windows IIS demo. So we'll go with this. Let's keep it RSA algorithm. Private key file format will be .temp. Click on create key pair. As soon as I click on create key pair, you can see your key pair is getting downloaded. Windows IIS demo. Okay. So it has been downloaded. Perfect. So now what we are going to do, under your network settings, you are going to click on edit. After you click on edit, from here you can select your network. Right now we are going to go with the default network. However, we are going to select your security group. What is a security group? It is like a firewall. So what is firewall? Basically allowing or disallowing a particular traffic on the particular ports. So we can do that. So security group. So we can set the security group. So just give a name, whatever you want to give a name. Windows IIS demo security group. So this is the security group name that I'm going for. Description, you can keep it default. You can change the description all you want. It's totally your call. Now, if you want to take a remote connection with your Windows server, then you will be requiring the RDP port. Okay. So what is RDP? Remote Desktop Protocol. So that works on port number 3389. Source type will be anywhere. We are going to add one more security group rule, since we want to allow the web server traffic that is going to be HTTP traffic here. So we are going to deploy that. So select that from the list, HTTP. So it works on port number 80, and the source type will be anywhere. That means anywhere from the internet that it can allow the traffic. So that will be the thing. Now we have configure storage. So basically we can configure that how much hard disk it is going to consume. So you can set the value to unlimited number of amount you want. That is totally your call. 30 being the minimum for Windows. However, in the free tier eligible, we only have 30 GB allowed. So we will go with 30 only for the demo purposes. Now we can click on launch instance. So click on launch instance. And there we have success. Okay, so our instance has been launched. So click on view all instances. So you can see it is in the pending state. So let's wait for it to be up and running. So we can see that our instance is up and running. So now let's get a connection to the instance. Select your instance, click on connect, RDP client, click on remote desktop file, download this remote desktop file, click on get password. So username we already have, we need to get the password. So click on get password, and it is asking us to upload the private key file. So let's upload the private key file. So let's go to downloads where my private key file was. You can see Windows IS demo. So this is the key pair that we generated. So automatically it has been selected. Now click on decrypt password, and there we go. We have our password. So we can simply copy our password. And what else we are going to do? We are going to start. We are going to launch your this RDP file that we just downloaded, the remote desktop file that we downloaded. Click on this. It is going to ask you, do you want to make a connection? Yes, click on connect. Enter the password that we just copied. You can click on remember me. And now accept the certificate. Click on yes. And we are connected to the instance. Okay. So it will take some time to load up. So let's wait for it to be loaded up. You can see we are connected to the instance and it is loaded up. So let's accept the network. Yes, I want to share it. So now we are connected. So now it's time to deploy your IIS server for your web server in your Windows. So click on Windows, click on Server Manager. So it's going to pop up. Close this warning. So it will take some time to load up all the configurations. So we have to wait. So let's wait for 1 or 2 minutes and we'll get back. So you can see your Windows server has server manager has loaded up. And how did I come to know that it is loaded up? So can you see this red blocks are there? Earlier it was not there. So now that means it is very well for us to use it. So now click on add roles and features. Click on next. We are going to go ahead with role based installation. Click on next. And what we are going to do, we are going to install the web server IIS. So select this one and click on add features. Click on next. And nothing needs to be done here in the features. So we don't need to install any features. Click on next. Simply, you can go ahead with next. If you want some additional features related to your web server, then you can select it from here. Click on next. And finally, click on install. So we have to wait for it to be installed. So you can see the installation has succeeded. So we can close it. And we can close the server manager as well. Okay. Now what we are going to do, we are going to search for IIS, Internet Information Services. The full form of IIS is Internet Information Services. Select the IIS manager because we will be managing our web server. So it has popped up. Okay. So we'll click on the drop down icon. Drop down on the site and we can see a default website is there. Just click on it and do a right click and click on manage website and click on browse. So it is going to load a default website that is built in with your IIS. As soon as you install an IIS, automatically that website is going to be there with you. So it is going to pop up in your Edge. So let's wait for it to open it in Edge. So it is asking you to sign in, sync in your data. So if you are going to configure it, you can configure it. So I will go with start without your data, continue without this data, and continue and start browsing. So you can see this is the default website that is coming up. Okay. Now instead of this default website, we want to host our own code. Okay. So how can we do that? So we can conveniently open the file explorer. Click on this PC. Under your local disk C, there is inet pub. Click on inet pub. Then we have www root. So here is the code of this particular website. Okay, the code of this particular website is in this location. So what we are going to do, we are going to remove this thing. So we are going to delete this part, and we are going to create our own file. So let's open a notepad. You can simply search for notepad. Notepad. There we go. Okay. So there we have it. So now what we are going to do, we are going to, if you are comfortable with HTML, then you can write your HTML CSS code here. Rather than, if you're not comfortable, you can just simply enter anything that you want. Okay. Hey, hope you are liking this demo. Okay. That's it. So now what we are going to do, we are going to save this file. So click on File, Save As. Now in which location we should store? We should store it in the this PC, C drive, inetpub, www root, and that is your location. And what should be the name of the file? That should be index.html. Okay. And change the file save as type to all files, so that it is saving it. So we have not written the HTML code, but we have to save it with your .html extension. Click on save. So we have saved the file. So you can see a file is index.html has been created. Now if we reload this site, so can you see on the local host, you can see your code is available. Okay, your code is available on your browser. So if it is available on your browser on your local host, that means it should be available on the internet. Click on cancel here, select your instance, and here we have a public IP address. Copy this public IP address and open it in the new tab, and you can see this is your website that is available. Now you can share this IP with your friends and family. Hope you like this demo. Have a great day.